Good morning, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Seems like a decade ago that the Yankees played a game, right? That's what it feels like. Could you imagine how it's going to feel in the wintertime? Oh, my God. So, how's everybody doing? Getting ready for the weekend? I'm glad that we're past yesterday's day. Yesterday was really a terrible day with, the big caption of WWE superstar and all-star and great entertainer Hulk Hogan passing away. And, that is something I can't get past right now because it was part of our childhood. Also, yesterday, Chuck Mangione passed away too at 85 years old. Great trumpet player and great music throughout the years. We did have a good note, though. I mean, thank you so much for tuning into our show with CEO Mary MJ Perdone. Really appreciate the questions. She also sent out. We sent out to her the information that the person, the young girl of one of our listeners, wants to do an internship. So MJ's going to take care of that, and she's going to be a part of our show from here on in. So also, don't forget about our wrestling channel, Total Turnbuckle Talk. We have a lot of info, of course, about the Hulk, different shorts, you guys have been wonderful. The subscriptions are really going well. And also the subscriptions here, too. Thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing a little bit yesterday. That was really cool. But now we're getting into the weekend. We're getting into the Yankees' big series against the Philadelphia Phillies. How we react to that? Of course, there's a ton of rumors all over the place. The Yankees are tied to the Diamondbacks. They're tied to the Royals. They're tied to the Orioles. They're tied to everybody. It's just a matter of who's going to come through, what trade's going to happen, and we are exactly 1 week away, folks. 1 week away. And then it's going to be our all-day affair show that's going to start at 9 a.m. next Friday, 9 a.m. So that's definitely going to be it's going to be interesting. We're going to have a couple of former players on. We're going to have you, the chat on. There's going to be a lot going on. So we are excited for it. I want to say hello to people in the chat so far. Shabir, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Ken, how are you? Jonathan, Jeff, how's everything? Also, chatter about O'Neill Cruz too. Yes, Ken, we're going to get into that. Also in the chat, the usuals. There's Bob Rizzo. There's Kenny. How you doing, Kenny? You're new here. Thanks so much. Anna's here. How you doing? Sophia, how are you? How you doing? Thanks for subscribing and leaving a very nice note at joeyankees28@gmail.com. Thank you so much. So now we got through all of that. Now we're going to talk about baseball, what we all love. After all the yucky news yesterday. So let's get started. The Yankees will play. Hey, D-Train, good morning. How's it going? How's everything going? All right. You know what? I'll go into some of your questions. So D-Train goes, Snake are officially in sell mode. Suarez will definitely be moved. Yes, Josh Snell being traded to the Marlins surprised me. They just got stronger in the lineup. Now you can put him in between Rodriguez and their a crazy hitting catcher right now. They're going to be a force to reckon with. If their pitching holds up, they're going to be a lot of trouble. And right now, they may be better than Detroit. I don't know what's happened to Detroit. They got smashed yesterday. It's ridiculous the way they got smashed. Jake says, I'm defeated, Joe. It's hard to believe this team will even make the postseason. And if they do, I can't see them making it past the first round with even with trades. Well, here's the deal, Jake. The Yankees are in a crazy situation. So if you don't do anything, people go nuts. If you do something, it's patch-up work if you don't want to spend a lot of money, and then we got to start all over again. Do the Yankees feel, look, we'll make a couple of trades, we'll do here and there, and at the end of the year, if nothing changes, there's going to be big changes. Big changes. I'm not, I can't see them going into another year with this type of team. It's just, it's impossible to me that could happen. So one way or the other, Yankees, I don't want to be in Cashman's situation right now because you don't know which way to go. You really don't. Good morning, FG. Ken also says, let's see, Detroit is coming back to earth as the Jays will too. I don't see the Jays buckling down, Ken. I mean, they're a unit right now. They're playing together. The fans are coming out in droves for the first time in about 20 years. I just don't see that. I wish I had your enthusiasm, but I just don't see the Jays coming back to earth right now. I don't say they're going to win every game, but they are a mashing unit right now, and all of their players are just smashing together. I wish the Yankees can do that. They just don't have one player. I mean, they have so many, and they have some good young talent that they've brought up, and they tried. The Yankees brought up good talent. Unfortunately, they're struggling. Another thing is now, I don't know if you guys heard, especially in the New York papers, they're saying that Aaron Boone is the teacher's pet to Anthony Volpe, and they have him his hand on his shoulder and everything like that. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to end well. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't. All right, the questions are pouring in. Hey, Lou, good morning. Jays got a hard August, and the Yankees got an easier August. We should reclaim first place. I hope so, Lou. I hope so. You have a lot of confidence. I want to make an analogy after the trade deadline. Once July 31st comes and goes, and 6:30, 7 o'clock is done, because I'm telling you right now, if they only make a couple of cosmetic moves, I don't see it. They may make the playoffs. They may. But are we satisfied with that? The Yankees are a ball club that wants to win the World Series always. And this, as you know, is not a World Series team. There's no question about it. And my question here is, if you keep Spencer Jones and you trade, let's say, Ben Rice, I would think the odds are that Spencer Jones is going to be called up way before September. I really do. I really do. Ken, the Keys hammered the Jays hammered the Yankees, but got beat up. I know they got beat up, but they're beating the Tigers, so they're back to 500 ball clubs and better, and that's the thing that scares me. The Jays may come down, but will the Yankees beat them? That's the $1 million question right now. That's the $1 million question. That's what I'm really, really worried about. Jake goes, the Blue Jays lineup is ridiculous. I was watching the Tigers game. Even the number 9 hitter makes the pitcher throw 10 pitches. If you remember, Jake, when the Yankees' good old days, that's what they did to the starting pitchers. They just let them work and work and work and work until they couldn't take it anymore. And then the bullpen just went nuts. So the Yankees are missing that. D-Train, trading Ben Rice and calling up Jones won't fix our outfield. No, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. What I'm saying is if you do lose a Ben Rice to a trade, you're going to need to replace him. The Yankees have a horrible record versus the East, but have the best record in baseball versus the rest of the league. Yeah, I mean, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They are Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, why is this? I mean, could they be a little bit more consistent? Is it lineup problems? Is it that so many players on the team are in slumps? They're more worried about the strike zone. I don't know what it means. I just don't know what it means. Good morning, good fellow 58. How you doing? I know you changed the name, and we know who you are. How's it going? Thanks for coming back on the stream. So how's everybody feeling about this weekend series? So we have Tyrone Walker going up against Will Warren. On paper, that looks like a win for the Yankees, but I don't know. The way they're playing, the way they're hitting, the way they're playing defense, can they catch the ball? That's my problem. Can they catch the ball? And when and how? That's a problem. That is a problem. So I want to give you an update of what's happening today, folks, before go on. So obviously we're on right now, and right after this, we're going to go to the 4 o'clock pregame show. We're also, right after that, we're all going to go to Ken the Ugly Truths channel, and we're going to listen to the play-by-play with Ken, who does a fantastic job, as always. And so we will do that. And then after that, we will come back here and for the post-game show. And that will be right after the game. It won't be like 11 o'clock or 12. Right after the game, possibly maybe a couple outs before the game's over to get some business done with. So, we might so that is the plan for today as of this point. Good fellow, Joe, just watched an interview with Roy White on baseball with other borders. It was great. Yeah, Roy White's a great interview. He's such a class man. What a class guy this guy is. I would have loved to have him back as a Yankee coach. Unfortunately, they're getting up in age, and a lot of people don't want to travel all that much. When they get up a certain time of age. But Roy White, class Yankee, all the way. He always got ditched because he had a very weak arm in left field. But let me tell you something. If you guys never saw Roy White play, you're missing a treat. You need to watch him in action. I guess Roy White on YouTube. Take a look at what he did for the Yankees. A switch hitter, a good hitter on both sides of the plate. Didn't hit many homers, but every home run he hit, I promise you, was a big home run. A big home run. Good morning, Sean Browning. How's it going? How you doing? Yes, Roy White was a model of consistency, FG. You're right. You're 100% right. All right, here's a question from Jake. A real question is, why different players every year are we seeing the same lack of fundamentals, mistakes, and mental lapses? There are different players. You would think something changes. Well, look at it this way. The Yankees, aside from a few players, it's basically the same team. Your Volpes, your Wells, your Grissams, your Judges, only a few, and the changes are playing well. I mean, you might dispute Dominguez because he's not exactly mashing the ball, but he's had some good days, good at bats. But Jake, it just doesn't fail. The Yankees lack fundamentally. They do not hit well in the clutch. Tell me the last time the Yankees scored a run without a home run. I mean, it's ridiculous. And they rely on that, and they get prompts for that. I don't give them prompts for that. I'm sorry. Because comes the playoffs, where are all these home runs? Where? If you can't drive in a run with a fly ball, that's all we're asking. Or move the runner over from second to third. How are you expecting to get back to the World Series? It doesn't happen. Let's go, JT. How do you feel about O'Neill talks to the Yankees? Where are you going to play him? I mean, he started at short, and you needed a bodyguard, behind home plate because he couldn't play. He couldn't play that because he's too big. He's too tall. You put him in center field, so that almost definitely means Grissom's going to go. Because if Grissom doesn't go, he's been playing every day, and then you got to play Dominguez. So what are you going to do? All of a sudden, just tell Grissom, by the way, you're a backup player from now on. This, and this. Number one, he's not going to be happy because it's his walk year, his contract year. And so that's not going to work out too well. The only way I see that happening is if Grissom is in that trade. Maybe he'll go to Pittsburgh. I don't know. But to be quite honest with you, I would rather take my chances with Spencer Jones, give him a chance like this next year. He doesn't have to start from scratch. He'll know the major leagues, even if he's not successful. But at least he had a taste of it. I don't want to go to the next year and the next year and the next year. Go while the fire is hot, guys. Go while it's hot. Let's see, D-Train. If they get O'Neill, it's probably for the infield. Where are you going to play him? Where are they going to play him? Third base? You got like a 7-foot giant at third base? I don't think so. He's not going to play short because he's not good. He's got to go in the outfield. Because he can't DH. That's for sure. No, he's not going to go there. And they're not going to replace him with Volpe with him. They're not going to do it. Goodfellow says, I heard they're targeting pitching. You know what, Charles, if you don't mind me calling you Charles, the bottom line is we need everything. We need pitching. We need relief pitching. You cannot tell me that you're comfortable right now with this bullpen. They have to add to the bullpen before now, if you can have a trade with a bullpen and a third baseman, more power to you. More power to you. Hey, Razzle, how you doing? The great. How's it going? Yes, thank you. Smash that like button. Please subscribe. I know basically everybody on the chat right now subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. I really appreciate it because it's going to be big in our contest. You have to be a subscriber to win prizes. And prizes are coming up. Believe me when I tell you that. You know me. Could be spur of the moment the same day. You never know. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing and moving us forward. So I appreciate that. FG, Cashman shouldn't deprive. Yeah, third base. How many games have been lost because of bad defense on that side of the infield? Yes, but if you don't have the pitching coming in, if you don't have the people, does it really matter if the defense is good or not? They're going to get smashed. I mean, maybe with this Philly thing, the series, they're going to be a little lucky because we had the day off. They had the day off, but if you got to play consecutive games, and you have that bull, you're going to depend on Loizaga, who throws a straight arrow fastball. Blue Baker's been okay. All right, I'll take a chance on that. But you know what? If the two starting pitchers like Yarborough didn't go down, okay, then you could put Stroman back or Yarborough back in the bullpen, and I'd feel more secure. The only guy I feel secure with right now, besides the two closers, is Tim Hill. I don't trust anybody else. I really don't. Razzle, there's an ORG failure Cashman will never have to answer for. Organization, yeah, I know he won't. I mean, he's part of the family. He is family to this Steinbrenner field. So there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, it's great that they love him and everything, but again, he could put a great trade on the table, But if Steinbrenner says no, you can't blame Cashman for that. And I wish they're truthful, because it's not really fair to put it all on Cashman. Oh, he didn't make a trade, but he had it on the table. Steinbrenner said no. So, I mean, we've got to know. I mean, I wish they're truthful. Goodfellow says Cashman has a lifetime contract. Yes, he certainly does. He's going to go out on his own terms. They will not fire him. I don't think Hal is controlling Brian's every move. I'm not saying he's controlling his every move, but when it comes to the good old cash, he does control the move. He does. I don't really think that you people understand that right now, the season ends right now. The Yankees have to pay a $50 million tax. $50 million. That's almost as much as the A's whole team. Okay? That's almost as much as that whole team. Now you want to add more? I'm telling you, it's very concerning. Another question. Hal only comes in bigger financial decisions. Yeah, but he's going to come into a decision when trust me, he already knows he's got to pay $50 million, regardless if the season ends today, tomorrow, next week. So now let's say you get a Suarez. Okay, so you're going to add whatever you're going to add. I'm not sure if it goes on the $28 million or whatever he's owed. Let's say he's still owed $13 million. Let's go on the good side, $12 million. That means they have to pay a $24 million tax. So now you're $74 million. And that's one player. If you get rid of people in the minor leagues for these players, it's gonna add up to like $100 million. Yeah, baseball purists, thank you for coming back. Totally understand. We do need that, but you have to convince Mr. Steinbrenner, not me, not Cashman. Cashman will have the trade on the table. I'm so sure of that. Maybe Steinbrenner will surprise us. For 1 year, he doesn't care about the tax. And he tells his board members, we don't care. We want to win. That's it. We'll do the consequences in January, December, when we close the books. I don't know if he's going to do that. I just don't know. You know, I was reading up on something, guys. Right now, everybody has the impression that Hal Steinbrenner has the money that the Yankees are worth. According to Forbes, by himself, he has $3 billion. All the money that comes in goes to his sister, his son, grandkids, whoever does, and the big payroll of what they have. But you get a guy like the Dodgers who's open-ended. They can, they got billions and billions and billions, not $3 billion. You go to Cohen. He doesn't have $3 billion. He's got $15 billion of his own money. He could buy 20 Babe Ruths and not flinch an eye. But Steinbrenner's not going to do that because he doesn't even want to pay a $300 million payroll. I hate that it always comes down to money because we don't care. We want to win. And I think the Steinbrenners want to win too, of course. But it comes to, at the end of the day, when everybody's nice and quiet and going about their business, this man is shelling out millions of dollars in tax. I know we don't want to see it as fans. We don't care about it as fans. Joe, Cashman has been given an allowance of $300 million, and we have to show for it. It's a broken roster. How much more money can we realistically expect? Well, that's what I'm saying, D-Train. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing, but then again, you can't always blame Cashman because Hal has agreed to these trades and these contracts. The contracts are not going to be. Cashman doesn't. Oh, here, sign this, and then they'll tell my boss. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. I mean, that's like if you have a partnership with your wife and you go out like a drunken sailor and you're spending all this money. She's going to say, are we partners? Can you at least ask me? So you know darn well he can't physically do that. He will put the trade on the table or free agent on the table. And he goes to Hal, he says, this is what we can get. He's going to be doing this, this, and this. He's really good for the club. We need him. Okay, Cash, how much? I don't know. I think we better go 50 million for 4 years. Well, whatever. I'm just throwing out a number. And Steinbrenner goes, 50 million. Okay. No, you got to do another route. So Cashman goes back to the drawing board. I bet you guys, everybody in the chat right now and listening to us, I bet you dollar for donuts, Cashman had trades on the table, could not do it because of the strength of the money. And he's not being cheap. He's being cautious. That's the thing. Because at the end of the day, he's the one who's going to pay Uncle Sam, not you, not me, not the other guy. Because when baseball's over, guys, you turn the TV off. Okay, we wait till next year. Steinbrenner doesn't do that. He's got big responsibilities. Hey, Budge Vesta, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you. Ken, the Yankees paid $136 million in balance tax, which Cohen tax, their penalty last season has another $32 million. Okay, well, I'm resting my case. I'm telling you, that's the problem. It's not that Cashman is a bad GM. Maybe he'll make a couple of, but it's all got to be approved. We've got to understand that logic, whether you like it or not. Maybe the Met GM doesn't have that same problem. I don't know. But what I do know is that we have constraints. VJ40 says, I don't feel sorry for Steinbrenner at all because he keeps hiring Cashman, who's been mismanaging his money. Yes, but he doesn't have the last say. I mean, maybe Cashman, listen, Hal, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this. That's a possibility. But Steinbrenner is the one that presses the button, and he's got to live with it. All right, we have the mountain of information here. Jonathan coming up for a few minutes. Jonathan, good morning. How you doing, big guy?
Good morning. I was wondering if I had a few extra minutes to spare.
Well, that's very nice of you to come on a busy day.
I had a phone call earlier this morning at 7:30, and then I had to make breakfast.
No, there you go. Okay. Well, the most important thing to the fans right now is, do you have any information?
I have not seen any information other than the trade that went down yesterday, which you already mentioned.
Right. I was surprised with that deal, and I think the Mariners just got a whole lot better.
Well, I think also the Yankees need to look into getting another lefty to go with Tim Hill, because Tim Hill is being overused.
Yeah. Well, now tonight's game, just to get off the trade thing.
Well, before you go, before you switch topics, there was one interesting thing that came out this morning saying pitching prospects Alma Rodriguez Cruz, Bryce Cunningham, Carlos Rodriguez, Ben Hess, and Cam Schlittler are being covered by teams. So when and if the Yankees make a big trade, expect a few of those names to be part of them, depending on who they get.
Right. Okay.
I think those are the top 7 pitchers in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't think Schlittler is on the trading block.
I don't either. Now
unless they get schemes.
Right. Now, right, and we know that Schemes is the only one you'll trade Spencer Jones for. We know that, but it ain't happening. Cashman hasn't made a pitching trade, pitching acquisition, and it's been terrible. He allocates the money terribly. He does that to a point. Again, he can say, "Hey, I want to sign Jonathan for 5 years at $50 million." Okay, so Steinbrenner's going to say, "All right, tell me about Jonathan. This is what he's done." Now it's up to Steinbrenner to say yes or no. So you got to put blame on both. Because if Steinbrenner doesn't look like the type of guy who's going to say, "Okay, Cash, go ahead, spend 50 million. I don't care." No, they're going to look into it. They are going to look into it. And if he doesn't like it, it ain't happening. If he likes it and it's a dud, then you blame both of them.
And as I told you a couple times before, ever since they expanded the playoff, I would like them to expand the trade deadline by 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely agree with you. And I think he keeps getting harder and harder to win the World Series, as you could see. It's definitely not an easy task anymore. And this is the problem.
They made it much harder by having a strict deadline to trade.
Yeah, that and also there's a lot of games. There's a lot of series. There's a lot riding on it. You can't make a lot of trades because with this extra system, there's a lot of teams that are going to go to the playoffs. So why should they trade? The Diamondbacks made that trade because I guess they feel they're falling out of it. They have a lot of injuries.
The Diamondbacks are a 500 team this year.
The what?
The Diamondbacks are a 500 team this year. They're not going to be a playoff.
Right. Well, it's because a lot of it has to do with injuries and all that. But the bottom line is the same thing. If they feel better for next year, then that's what they're going to do. The Yankees are in a situation they can't show their fans or New York City that they're giving up. But what can they do? That's the main thing. Let's see. FG says, until the mid-'80s, the trade deadline was June 15th. Right. It was. And, I don't know if that was good, bad, or indifferent. But I would push it up to August 15th.
It used to be August 15th until probably 2012 or 20.
Yeah, something like that. And the thing is, you have more teams that will be out of the, that right now would be out of the race.
And remember something now compared to the 80s. The 80s didn't have wild cards. They didn't have expanded playoffs. So now you have a lot more teams going for the playoffs than you used to have. You didn't have so many. October was what, 7 games, and you get to the World Series instead of 11 or 12 now.
Yeah. D-Train goes, does Hal know anything about player development and players' profile in order to have input? Well, I got news for you. I believe Hal knows more about players now than he did 3 years ago. Because with shelling out this money, he knows business decision. He needs to know that. And he feels he's hired, very good scouts and very good evaluators to let him know. But yeah, he's more involved. He's more involved. Okay, good fellow. You have a good day. We'll see you at 4:00. Have a great day. And never say sorry you have to go. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
I'll just put in my final words because I'm getting my time limited today. I expect the Yankees to go down to the wire for the trade deadline. I'm expecting a lot of teams to do that. So I believe it's Thursday. We have 6 days. The deadline is 6 p.m. So you're going to hear a lot of news between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. when everything will come spitting out to you as they get posted publicly. So we're just going to have to be patient. Wait another 7 days. Well, right now, if you're counting, it's actually 6 days and 18 hours.
And Jonathan, before you go, another interesting thing is that trade deadline day, the Yanks are playing a 1:00 game. So in other words, we don't even know. They may not be able to announce a trade while they're playing. I don't know if that rule. I mean, they might be able to, but because they got to pull people out.
Well, I think if they have an idea of who's going to be traded,
they'll keep them out of the lineup.
You might get a hint based on the lineup. Just look at the lineup and look at who's starting that day. Obviously, right now we don't know. We won't know until the day of.
Right.
But on the 31st, and this is the last thing I'll say, look at the lineup when it comes out and look who the starting pitcher is on that day. That may give you a clue of who could be traded. Because, for example, if Ben Rice is not in the lineup, maybe he gets traded. If other people are not in the lineup, or if there's changes that look suspicious, maybe there could be a trade somewhere. I don't know. This is all speculation.
Right, and just lastly, the thing is, because the Yankees they don't know day to day what lineup is. Just because, I mean, if Aaron Judge is out of the lineup, does that mean he's going to get traded? No, of course not.
No.
They're so unpredictable. You know, I mean, yours makes sense, but not in the Yankees realm, because Paul G's out of the lineup. Does that mean he's going to get traded? Bellinger out of the lineup. You know what I'm saying? The Yankees are so unpredictable. But anyway, we'll save that for later on. Yeah. Hopefully, you could come on at 4 o'clock.
If I get home in time, why don't you send me an invite? And if I get home in time, I'll join you. If not, I won't.
Okay. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day. Let's go Yankees, and let's make a few trades.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, man. You have a good day. All right. A couple of questions we'll take. The key will be, Ken says, the key will be to see who isn't in the lineup we're facing the Rays. Yeah, but Ken, as I just announced, you know, the Yankees, they sit everybody. So that we can't, you might be able to judge that with another team, but the Yankees sit everybody. So I wouldn't put that much stock in it, because let's say, for argument's sake, you're going to sit Aaron Judge. Does that mean he's going to get traded? Of course not. But Bellinger you know what I think everybody understands the point. He has another question. D-Train, George was most compatible to Jerry Jones. Made a smart sports guy and more money than sense. Yep, I agree with you. The concessions going around is that Hal is not really in tune with the team like his dad. Well, nobody's going to be like George Steinbrenner was. Nobody. Not even the Met owner, not Cohen, not even the Dodgers. George was 24 hours breathing and Yankees. Breathing and Yankees. You're not going to see that again. You're just not going to see that again. And I would think in that Rays series, the Yankees are going to try to put out the best lineup they can, if they, depending who's on the team at that point. But I could definitely see a trade very, very shortly. I would really be very surprised if they don't make a trade by today, this weekend, Monday. I'd be very surprised. Let's go to Jay. Have no confidence that any more Yankees will transfer them to the World Series winning team. Yeah. Well, listen, there's a few key things here. Fernando Cruz comes back. That's going to be a huge help. Louis Seal comes back, although he's not pitching that great down there, but you can't judge with that. He might be trying out his pitches. He might be holding back a little bit. You got to give him another shot in the minors. Let's see, and let him air it out, and then we'll see what we have there. Then the pitching. There was a rumor last night, which I almost laughed at, that they were closing in on getting Charlie Morton. I do not want Charlie Morton. No way in heck. And we'll see how that goes. But now waiting in the wings, we do have NR Media here, Mr. Nitin, our star from our interview yesterday with MJ, which, by the way, was very successful. Thank you so much. Let's bring up. Oh man, where are you now?
We had just traded him.
My God. Well, well, before we talk Yankee baseball, what's up with the Jet quarterback?
The Jets he should be fine. He's I think day today. So something with the toe. He'll be fine.
That's a great connection over there that you have. Awesome.
Yeah.
You sound great. What have you heard?
Right here. Yo.
Yeah, let's see it. That's cool, man. Now,
Right here.
now, how long do you stay there, and how long do they practice? How do they do
Till
that?
like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's awesome. Guys, you're seeing live. You're seeing live stuff from Jets camp. Take a look. We give you everything here, everyone. That's why you need to be here. Subscribe to our channel. You will see so much live action. You never know what we're going to do. But it also takes you to subscribe. Tell your friends and family, please. We have a lot of good things coming up. Wow, look at this. Where do you get this, huh, guys? Look at this. Nice and live, walking around. Nitin is home free. Look at this. Nitin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you. Yankee rumors. What? I know we were talking last night. What are you hearing? Well, he's going down the stairs. Live action, everyone.
Sorry. All right. I'm hearing that the Diamondbacks are looking at the Yankees farm system, and they want and also the Yankees are looking into O'Neal Cruz from Pittsburgh as a potential trade target.
Well, you got to figure if they're going with O'Neal Cruz, then Trent Grisham is a goner, don't you think?
Yeah, I think they because he's another outfielder, so I think Trent Grisham might be expendable.
Yep. And do you possibly think that they would bring up Spencer Jones?
Yeah, I think it's time to bring up Spencer Jones pretty soon. He's had 3 home runs yesterday, and he's been killing it. So
I don't think he could do any more than he's doing right now. I mean, listen, I would if he's their future, bring him in now. Like this, he has the experience, and he doesn't have to start from scratch in April. I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I think he froze, but we'll wait to see him. Okay, there he is.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Hey, listen, you're walking. You're. This is live TV. You're walking outside. You're in Jets camp. So, yeah, there you are. You're getting a lot of exercise. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's hot out here.
It's going to be 99 today, so be careful. I hope you're get a lot of water in you, baby. A lot of Gatorade. Yep. So have you also heard that the Mets are looking into Dylan Cease?
Who?
The Mets.
Yeah, the Yankees are looking to Dylan Cease. Yep.
And so are the Mets.
Yeah.
So again, it should be interesting, but. Yeah, well, like I said, we have a lot of players, but Ned, you're doing so much over there, and totally understand. And is there a possibility you could come on at 4 o'clock on the pregame show?
Yeah, I can come on 4 o'clock most likely. I got to see.
Okay, all right. So just just enlighten us basically what you see this weekend. Do you think the
All right, ready
Yankees?
for this, dude?
What?
Ready? Watch it. Ready for this? Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. See,
All right.
guys.
Yeah. So send me the link just in case. Maybe I'll join at 4.
Okay. I appreciate you coming on here, but
Thank you.
Just before you go, do you see some type of trade coming in the next, let's say, 48 hours?
Yeah, the Yankees. I think I see a trade coming soon. There's something brewing, and they have to make a trade. So I think the trade is coming soon for the Yankees.
Well, I just want to let you know at this point, if the Yankees make a trade and we're not on the air, I'm going right on the air, and I will send the link to you if you can come on and talk about it.
All right.
All right, man. Listen, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You're the best, Nathan.
Thank you.
You have a great day. We'll see you hopefully at 4.
All right.
Take care. All right, that was Nathan with live from Jets camp, and he brought Jet fans some good news that it should be no problem with the toe. So that's excellent news. Sean Browning says, I see us trading for Suarez. Blaze 4455. The Padres made an offer to the Red Sox for Jaron Duran involving Dylan Cease per Sean McAdam. The package also includes Ethan Salas and for another prospect. Red Sox rejected it. I would think so. Dylan Cease would be torture. He would not pitch well in Fenway Park with his fly balls. It won't work. D-Train. Jake, he doesn't. He was filled. He filled infield more because of defense issues, I believe. I guess he's talking about O'Neill. Let's see. The Yankee Itchy Man. Yankees will definitely make a trade for third baseman. The only question is who. Yeah, I mean, really, who is it? Who is it? That's the big problem. Itchy says, please, no Cruz. What's the hitting 219? Jones whiff's rate is 37.4 in 83 triple at bats. That would place him second in the majors, qualified between Rockies, Michael and Judge. Yeah, but Jones is much more than striking out, guys. I mean, he'll get on base, he'll run, he'll steal, plays a great outfield. He's going to put a dent into the Judge's chambers in right field. I'll take my chances with that. I would. I really would. I think he's going to be, in my opinion, a tremendous player. He's got it in him. He's got the look. He's ready to explode. He's got nothing else to prove in the minor leagues. I'm sorry. And if he strikes out a little bit, well, that's growing pains. He's going to learn just like he learned every other single A, double A, triple A, and the major leagues. Give the guy a chance if they keep him. SG, Nitin came on for a few minutes. He's at Jets camp. He's covering the Jets today. He will be on with us at 4 o'clock. Sean Brown, O'Neill Cruz is prone to errors. Yes, he is. But then again, playing shortstop was not his niche. That was definitely not his itch. Hey, old Sarge, welcome to the stream. Itchy, come on, man. Look at the stats. Jones is down to 26K rate in AAA to go with 13% walk rate. And I agree. He's got nothing else to prove to us and to the Yankees. I mean, come on. His first 3 times at bat yesterday were bombs. Watch the games. Don't take my word for it. Don't take announcers. Go watch the games and tell me what you think. Yankees probably want Cruz because he hits the ball hard. Yeah. They ignore every other aspect of the game in his deficiencies. Yeah, and the thing is that not only that, what the Yankees' main objective, you have 9 boxes to fill. Where does O'Neill fill them? He strikes out. He's not that great in defense. I mean, I don't know. He's not a shortstop. That's for darn sure. And if you're going to go with Dominguez, and you're going to go, let's say, with Spencer Jones, and you have Judge, where are you going to play this guy? You can't play him at short. You can't play him at second. You may be able to put him at first, but who knows? He's such a bad defensive player. So, FG, O'Neill Cruz leads the league in stolen bases too with 33. Okay, fine. But you have the same thing with Spencer Jones. You have almost the same type of player. The only difference is O'Neill Cruz is in the majors, and he doesn't have the greatest batting average. I'll take my chances with Spencer Jones. I'll take my chances with Jones. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. Itchy, slight correction on my part. I thought you were giving the K and not the whiff rate, but his whiff rate has improved 10 points in AAA. So that is definitely in his favor. No question about it. What would you expect from Cruz? He's 6'8", the tallest shortstop ever. I understand that. And if he was like 6'5", he'd probably be my choice, because eventually this guy's going to hit a lot. But right now he's not hitting. And that's the last thing we need. You know, I'm sure the Yankees are looking at every player they may acquire, because the last thing they need is another strikeout artist or somebody that's not hitting. Let's see, D-Train. Bad defense, hit the ball hard, and low batting average. Typical Yankee target. Oh, I got to laugh. I definitely have to ask. Hey, Ali, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, some of these players you can definitely say that. Ali, some teams who really struggle in the regular season do win the World Series. Sometimes, yes. Remember the Nationals in 2019, like they really came out of nowhere. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But the Yankees have had too many disappointing, they didn't have a good May. They didn't have a good June. And July is, I mean, what do you expect? You know, if you're going to tell me they're going to romp in August and romp in September, great, let's do it. But they're not even showing the slight. They had like a five game winning streak, and that all went to pot. And now look at them. They're 9 games over 500? You know, we got to think of all these things, guys. Okay, Hayes is hitting better than Cruz. Yeah, that's not saying too much about Hayes. I mean, yeah, really. Or Cruz. Oli, some teams who really struggle in the regular season. Oh, okay, I had that one. I'm sorry. Itchy correction. Got that. All right. SGA. I can't believe you're doing a live in this early morning. It's just 6:25. Well, my show has been targeting it's been on at 8:30 for almost 4 months now. So I'm sorry that it's early. It's early in your time zone. I appreciate you coming on, but we do come on at 4 o'clock. And, that's the niche. The Eastern people enjoy it. I have a good demographics watching this show at 8:30 in the morning. So we actually had the show at 8 a.m. And a lot of the people here in the stream kept asking me if I would change it to 8:30 because people are taking the kids to school, to camps, to wherever they're going, and then they could listen or going to work. So 8:30 was a better time slot. So I'm sorry that it doesn't agree with where you are, but I appreciate you coming on. And you can always you don't have to get up that early. You could just rewind it and watch it when you get up, or just come on at 4:00 Eastern time, which would be 1:00 your time, and that would be good. Yeah, in California, of course. So, you don't have to watch it live. You can watch the replay, and if there's something really important, I'll put shorts out, and you'll know, that is something different. Jake says, I honestly thought the June Soon was rock bottom. I think the Blue Jays game was rock bottom. I don't think I've ever seen a game like that by the Yankees since I've been watching baseball. Oh, I've seen some really doozies. One that I'll never forget is a player the Yankees had way back when by the name of Rich McKinney. Rich McKinney made 5 errors in 1 inning. Think about this. 5 errors. He dropped a pop-up in foul territory to get out of the inning. He dropped it. He dropped another pop-up. He booted an easy ground ball to third. There was a double play. They got the guy out. He went to throw to first. He threw it in the stands. And then he made another error throwing the ball. So 5 errors. Nobody's really come close to that in 1 inning. And that's the truth, guys. And the Yankees kept him there for a while. That was the scariest thing. Absolutely scary. Well, CBS that owned them then, they just didn't know. They couldn't care. They couldn't. The only guy that really cared for the team at that point was McPhail. They were really running. They were okay, but they were always overruled. CBS did not want to spend money. Forget that. And believe me, thank God, George Steinbrenner, he basically was buying the Cleveland Indians because, his shipbuilding is in Cleveland. When that fell through, he thought about it. He said, the New York Yankees, are you kidding me? I got to buy this. How much is it going to cost? Only $10 million. He laid out $100,000. He financed it, guys. And now it's a $9 billion corporation. It's incredible. Yes, FG, you're very good. They did trade Rich McKinney for Stan Bonson, who was a very, very good pitcher for the New York Yankees way back in the mid 70s or early 70s, actually. So, it's funny. It really is funny. Let's see what else. Oh, you guys are throwing them out there today. Thanks so much, guys. Let's give a couple of chances for let's see. You got Bob Rizzo, Joe. What do you think about this Philly series? I know they're a good team. I don't really follow the National League, but I know they're ahead of the Mets, and they're giving the Mets a run for their money. Yeah, the Phillies are a good team. Their starting pitcher tonight, we should be able to hit. It's the next two that is going to be a problem because they're 2 very, very top flight pitchers. And let's hope that the Yankees have their hitting shoes on, their defense is up to par, and all of that. So we're all looking for that. Thank you for the question. John asked, do you see anybody as a wake-up call getting fired? No, I don't. Possibly, if anybody's going to get fired, it'll be maybe the batting coach like they did, and they brought in Sean Casey a couple of years ago. But they're not going to make the change this far. There's no way. And SGA says, yes, the Giants are playing the Mets 7:15 Eastern time. Here they're playing actually by you in San Francisco. The Yankees are home against the Phillies. So Met fans should be Yankee fans today, 100%. And let's see what the Yankees can do. I mean, listen, I'm hoping and praying. I think Warren's going to pitch a good game tonight. I think that he's going to go about 6 innings. He's going to have about 6 strikeouts. I would say he'll probably give up 2 or 3 runs. Now, the last time he faced the Phillies, he got creamed. That was actually his first start, or maybe his second one. I don't remember from last year, but he got his head handed to him. And the Yankees still came back and won that game. So if he could pitch halfway decent, I think we could definitely hit Walker. So, yes, the Giants and the Mets both originated in New York. You're right. You're so right, my friend. You're so right. Oli says, the Yankees should hire you to be their coach. The Yankees should hire you to be their coach. You know your basketball? You mean baseball, not basketball. That's either a misspell or you're putting me down, Oli. Which one is it? Sean Brown. Will Warren will shove the Yankees offense. Will Hulkamania running wild. Okay. I hope so. I'm sure there'll be a moment of silence for the Hulkster tonight, and it should be interesting. One little note: SmackDown being live tonight. They'll probably dedicate the show to the Hulkster, and it's going to be sad. There's a lot. I wouldn't doubt if they started all the wrestlers up on the stage tonight and ringing the bell 10 times as they normally do. This isn't a rinky-dink that, everybody's important, but that's what they usually do. They have to. They really should. They got to do it tonight, and they got to do it on Raw. And AEW should do it, and TNA had dedicated the whole show to Hulk Hogan. So tonight is, during the Yankee game, maybe you could tape if you want to tape that. But I would suggest watch the beginning of the show. There's probably going to be a very nice tribute to Hulk Hogan, who totally deserves it. He turned wrestling around into the juggernaut that it is right now. Oh, thank you, Oli. All right, so you weren't up. So you're not putting me down. I appreciate that. Do you think the players on this team actually like Boone? I feel like Fried, Bellinger, and Goldschmidt are shook right now. What do you think? I think they do like him, but they buy into what he's doing, and they buy into the Yankee chain, the Yankee system. They know it's analytically driven, and what can you do? What can you possibly do? There's not much you can do if it's that way, and you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. I mean, Bellinger, if he doesn't like it, he'll opt out and he'll go somewhere else. But I don't think that's the case. Goldschmidt, he has a chance to retire or maybe go back to the Cardinals to end his career. I don't know. And Fried has an 7-year contract. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. D-Train, the New York Yankees will lose tonight if they don't play good defense tonight. Obviously, we got to catch the ball. We got to hit the ball. We got to see the ball. We got to run with the ball. We got to do a lot of things. That's got to be different. If they, the way they played, the other day, I would bring them in at 10 o'clock in the morning at Yankee Stadium and ground balls and do hit and runs and bunts and I'm sorry, too bad if you don't like it. You get your bunts to the stadium, you're making enough money. You're making enough money, and if I ask you to come at 10 o'clock in the morning, you better show up. SGA says the Yankees will sweep the Phillies. Well, your mouth to God's ears. I don't see it, but if it does, then the Yankees may be on their way. Sean Browning, he was Babe Ruth of pro wrestling as far as and larger than life. Yeah, he definitely was. Now, one thing I got to say, was he a perfect man? No. Did a lot of people not agree with him? Yes. There's a lot of animosity towards Hulk Hogan. because a lot of times he didn't listen and didn't want to do what the promoters wanted him to do. And there were certain guys he wouldn't lay down for. And then there were certain guys he would. It just the matter was, the time and the effort. There are people in the industry, unfortunately, did not like him and still to this day don't like him. But overall, he did tremendous things for fans, for people. He was a great family man. The one thing I'm really happy about is that he made peace with his daughter. That was very sad that they didn't talk for 2 years. So, let's see. Again, tonight wrestling is going to be very sad, and we need the Yankees to score 13 runs tonight. It would be great. It would be great. Holy Joe, I agree with you. I will keep Joe. I keep Jones. He's going to be a great player. Well, what he looks like, he's going to be a great player. Can we predict that? We can. Is he? Who knows? But that's true for each and every player. I don't care what you did in the minor leagues. I don't care if you batted 5,000 or 100. Coming into the major leagues is totally different, as we know. But you can be not that great in the minors and have a great career. You can be fantastic in the minors and you can't hit a lick. Baseball is the most unpredictable sport you ever saw in your life. So again, everyone, let me go through what's happening for today. So 4 o'clock, please come back for the pregame show. Hopefully we'll have the lineup. Well, we'll have the lineup sometime during the show. And if there's any trades, any releases, anything, you will know here on NY Yankee Mania. I will put shorts out. You'll get notifications. And that's why it's important to subscribe. You subscribe, you'll never miss anything. You don't subscribe, it's hit or miss by going on NY Yankee Mania and finding out if the Yankees made a deal or not. So you want to subscribe, you want to press the like button, and from there we go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel, and he's going to do a great play-by-play, analyzes very well, and he will predict sometimes the pitches are going. He goes with the motion. He's excellent. So go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel, subscribe, and press the like button for the channel. So more content will be coming on and on and on. And then after that, post game here at NY Yankee Mania, all come back and give us a little love right after the game. I'm going to put the link out for 10 p.m. and let's see where it takes us. Okay, so any other questions before I end the stream? Let's see. Itchy says, Jake, Blue Jays are looking to add help. Oh, sure they are. Yankees have 60 games left. I honestly don't think the Blue Jays are going to cool down. The lineup is too good. Let's see. If only the Blue Jays could start losing games, that would be great for the Yankees, but the Yankees will have to win lots of games. Yep, 100%. 100%, guys. So, again, it all depends on the pitching, our defense, and can we have a few hitters in a row that can hit and get out of this slump, and let's go over. The key here is, guys, we got to get back to 15 games over 500. Because once you do that, then your next task, of course, is 20. You reach the 20, 25, obviously. But you got to crawl before you walk. And the Yankees are just trying to steep rod it all the way through, and it doesn't work. D-Train says the Yankees have to bring Jones up, and up anything else would be a disservice. Well, yeah, I mean, but the only way they're going to bring him up is if they get rid of Trent Grissom. If they keep him, there's no room for him here, as much as I hate to admit it, unless they make another trade. But then, it's you're opening up a lot of can of worms. I don't think the Yankees know themselves yet. They need to make room if they want Jones up. Probably will will stay at AAA. Yeah, probably. As long as he doesn't get traded, we're okay. Well, like I said, everyone, you're caught up to date with everything. I've been checking to see if there's any trades, any trade rumors, anything hot. Everything is quiet right now. But again, if something happens before 4 p.m. and the pregame show, you'll know about it right away. Trust me. Either live or a short live, and you'll get notifications. So, as I said, subscribe. All right. With that in mind, everyone, we're gonna call it a morning. Like this, you guys could stay a little cool. It's gonna be a scorcher. I think wherever we are today, East Coast, whatever, and stay cool. And let's see. There's one comment. Okay. There's a last comment I'll have. I have one of my longtime best friends. He's a Philadelphia Philly fan, and I want him to be heartbroken, and I want to see them get swept by the Yankees. All right. Well, let's go Yankees. Yeah. Well, I agree with you, SGA. I hope so. Too bad your friend is not a Yankee fan, but you'll take or with the Giants. So. But listen, I'm sure the Yankees are going to do everything possible to win this series, and with a little bit of help from the friends and the families and the foes, they might. So let's see how it goes. Everyone, I want you to have a great day. Try to stay cool. I know it's going to be close to 100, depending what area you're in. So, but tomorrow's supposed to be better. Hopefully the Yankees don't have a rain delay tonight, and we can get the game in and hopefully win. So, God bless you all. God bless America. And God bless to each and every one of you and your families. You take care. We will see you at 4 p.m. Good day, everyone. Happy breakfast to you all.